Today, we are tackling one of the most important questions in business strategy. Why do some companies maintain their market leadership for decades while others fade away quickly? The answer lies in understanding whether their competitive advantage is truly sustainable. First, let's clarify what we mean by competitive advantage. A competitive advantage is any factor that lets your company outperform competitors. But here's the catch, most advantages are temporary. That new feature you developed, competitors can copy it. That marketing campaign, it will eventually become stale. Temporary advantage such as features, campaign, pricing versus sustainable advantage such as brands, patents, culture. Sustainable competitive advantage takes this concept and makes it long term. To achieve this, your advantage must be difficult for competitors to replicate or counter. It should be built on your company's unique capabilities, resources, or positioning. So, how do we know if a competitive advantage is truly sustainable? We are going to explore the 4 critical tests that determine whether your competitive advantage will stand the test of time: durability, transferability, imitability, and appropriability. Let's start with durability. How long does your advantage actually last? Some advantages erode quickly while others endure for decades. Durable advantages often stem from the distinctive capabilities that set a company apart. It should provide access to multiple markets, create clear customer value, and be difficult for competitors to duplicate. Look at Tesla. Their advantage isn't just electric vehicles, it's the integrated ecosystem of battery technology, charging infrastructure, and software. This creates a durable advantage much stronger than any single generic electric vehicle feature. So I'm covering test 2 transferability and test 3 imitability in this one slide. Based on my understanding, these two concepts are largely similar. Michael Porter's work emphasizes that sustainable advantages must be difficult to replicate. He developed the 5 forces model to analyze competitive environments, including factors like barriers to entry and supplier power. The higher the barriers, the lower the transferability. So let's consider Amazon's logistic network. Any competitor could theoretically build warehouses, but recreating their entire optimized system with all its technology, processes, and scale would take years and billions of dollars. That's low transferability, and therefore it is sustainable. Finally, appropriability. Who captures the value your advantage creates? If others capture most of the value, your advantage may not be sustainable for your business. Appropriability is about the structures that help you retain value. This might include contracts, intellectual property protection, or creating switching costs for customers. Research shows that sustainable advantages often depend on controlling strategic assets, whether technological, financial, reputational, or structural. Pharmaceutical companies invest billions in research. Their patents ensure they can appropriate enough value from successful drugs to fund future research. Without this appropriability mechanism, the business model collapses. According to Porter, strategies allow companies to gain competitive advantage from 3 different bases: cost leadership, differentiation, focus. He referred it as generic as it can be followed by any company despite its size or type. Typically, large companies compete on differentiation and cost leadership basis, whilst the smaller firms compete on a focus basis. Cost leadership, broad market, and low cost. Core idea is to become the industry's low cost producer. Profit comes from high volume and operational efficiency, allowing you to charge industry average or lower prices, largely possible due to forward, backward, and horizontal integrations, economies of scale, standardization of products for mass consumption, investment in cost saving technologies. It is effective especially when 1. The market is composed of many price sensitive buyers. 2. When there are few ways to achieve product differentiation. Buyers don't care much about differences in brands, and large number of buyers have significant buying power in such cases. Key risks are: 1. Technological breakthrough leading to this strategy ineffective. 2. Competitors imitating the strategy and driving overall profits down. Some of the examples are Walmart, Ryanair, IKEA, and Walmart. Differentiation, broad market, and uniqueness. Core idea is to be unique in ways valued by a broad market. You are rewarded with a premium price. This requires creativity, innovation, and strong marketing, usually pursued only after a careful study of buyers' needs and preferences to determine the feasibility of incorporating one or more differentiating features into a unique product. Differentiation can be based on product, innovative products, improve the performance of products, or two, via pricing, follow either lowest price or establish superiority through higher prices, and three, organization, maybe improving the brand, location advantages, customer loyalty, etc. Key risk of following differentiation strategy is that unique product may not be valued high enough by customers to justify higher prices, as cost leadership can easily defeat this. Another key risk is copying of uniqueness by competitors. Therefore, it must find durable sources of uniqueness which cannot be copied easily by competes. Some of the examples are Apple, BMW, Netflix. Focused cost leadership. Firms that compete based on prices and target a narrow market follow a focused cost leadership strategy. Some of the examples are neighborhood bakery, a freelance graphic designer, or a regional budget airline that outcheap national rivals in their area. Focused differentiation, narrow market and uniqueness. Core idea is to provide a highly specialized, unique product service to a specific segment. It exploits the special needs of buyers in certain segments. Some of the examples are Ferrari in the luxury sports car segment, Rolex in the luxury watches segment, McKinsey in high-end consultancy segment. Best cost provider strategy. This is a further development to the previously mentioned strategies. It is directed towards giving customers more value for the money by emphasizing on both low cost and upscale differences. It's somewhere in the middle of the above strategies, where it offers products at low prices as compared to rivals with comparable features and quality, or charging similar prices with much higher quality and better features. As an example, Android phones from OnePlus, Xiaomi, Oppo, Vivo are all rooting for giving better quality at lower prices to the customers. They are following best cost provider strategy to penetrate the market. How to choose your strategy? What is your firm's core strength? Operational efficiency or creative innovation? Who is your primary customer? Mass market or a specific group? Plot your answers on the matrix. That's your potential generic strategy. Now audit your business. Do all your activities support it?